Hey guys, Tonic here. In today's video we're going to try and answer the question, is the Atomic Shop canon? Let's take a look at it. Whether you're a new Fallout player or an old Fallout player, sometimes the Atomic Shop can get pretty confusing. You have things like the Redshift power armor, which is strange because the Chinese never had power armor. You have things like the XO1 with the Brotherhood of Steel logo on it, which is pretty self-explanatory. And then you also have weird ones like the Dolphin power armor, where it's just a dolphin. These things are very strange and it really can confuse a lot of people. Now, lore-breaking armor and skins are not the only things that are very strange when it comes to the Atomic Shop. You also will have things like the brand new Wavy Willard's water slide, where it's just very out there to have a fully functioning water slide with running water in the middle of the apocalypse, and it has actually become a topic of discussion over the past week. And then from this, the Atomic Shop can only get more confusing when you have things that actually seem to be lore-friendly, things like the Garahan employee outfit, which is what the employees of the company wore before they were turned into mole miners. So the real question here is, what is canon and what is not? Is any of this canon? Is all of this meant to be canon? How does this all work? Now, to find an answer for this, we actually can go to an interview where some of the main Fallout 76 developers talked about the Creation Club and Atomic Shop and if they were actually canon.
The canon rules are a lot lighter with the Atomic Shop stuff because we want people to have what they want and just have fun.
So as far as this interview goes, there is actually a bit more interesting information not only on the Atomic Shop but on the Creation Club as well, and I will have a link in my description down to a bigger clip of that interview. Now, talking about the canon stuff, it seems like not everything is canon in the Atomic Shop, and it's still not necessarily answered even throughout the entire interview. It's just kind of very loose rules on the Atomic Shop, which I find very interesting. The reason I think this is so interesting is because it leaves a lot of room for personal interpretation on these items, so I can immediately tell that the Dolphin power armor is not supposed to be canon, but then when it comes to things like the Hair power armor skin, one of my personal favorites, it's meant to be an airborne power armor unit that will drop out of airplanes into enemy territory. I'm not so sure if that's canon or not. I've never seen it before in another Fallout game, it's never really been mentioned before, but it looks really cool and it does sound like it could easily fit into the lore. So some items do certainly fall into this very weird gray area where it could really go either way, but it's very safe to assume that these items are not canon as we don't really have any official confirmation from Bethesda on these items. So I think a very nice thing to kind of stop all the confusion within the community would be to throw up just a very small signifying icon on the Atomic Shop items themselves, maybe just a little star next to the name, or maybe just a little C for canon, just something like that to really show players that this is meant to fit within the lore, and then items without that symbol are just kind of meant to be there for fun. Now, I have actually been wanting to make this video for a while now, but I have been putting it off. But the thing that prompted me to make it this week was the recent addition of the water slide to the Atomic Shop. And I know I mentioned that earlier before in the video, but it actually has become quite the topic online. A lot of people are not only debating this item's canon status, but also the fact that this item is just way too clean and way too nice of an item to have at your camp, especially after the nuclear apocalypse. A lot of people are saying that it's just totally immersion breaking and does not belong in the game. And the other people are saying that this is very fun, it's just a nice thing to have in your camp and to build around, and it's a live service game, so it's not really meant to be totally canon. And I totally do see both sides of that argument. I do kind of think that it's more of the fun part. I kind of do agree with that side a bit more, but at the same time I can see where the other people are coming from. This is a little bit immersion breaking. For example, if you are just a low level player, you're really enjoying the game for the first time, you're walking through the woods and you come up onto a camp with just running water, a giant water slide, flashing lights, you got collectrons running around, it can definitely bring you out of the Fallout experience a little bit. So I do think there is a very fine line that you have to walk on with these Atomic Shop items where they can be a little fun, they can definitely be a little wacky, but at the same time they can't be too crazy where people are starting to have their immersion broken. So it's definitely a very interesting topic and I would love to know all of your thoughts about this. For sure, let me know down in the comments below. I do read all of them and this is actually a very interesting topic to me, seeing as to how I talk about the Atomic Shop every single Tuesday. So for sure, let me know what you guys think down below. And I do quickly want to say I'm very sorry for all the background noise that you may have heard during this video. I actually do have my 3D printer running behind me and I'm printing off a laser rifle. I'll throw a picture of it up right now, what I have so far. I'm pretty stoked for this build. It's going to have wiring and all that. It's going to be super cool, but the 3D printer is very loud and it's just kind of echoing off all my walls, and I think my mic is kind of picking it up. So I'm very sorry about that, but I do still want to give a massive thank you to everybody who stopped by and watched. And as always, a massive thank you to all the channel members: Robert Kennard, Esdeath93, Joshua Graham, Lanthar, Anna Reestes, Fallout McFly, Captain Awesome, Citizen Girl, Chad of Fallout 76 Podcast, Heather Henderson, Yosevated, Patrick Ruda, 23 Icefire, Jay Smith, Argent Deer, Bazo Devil Praying, Ice Cream Manny, Chris Decker, Theodore, Digital Aardvark, Lone Samurai OG, Diathan Gaming, Christy Mellon Schwitz. You guys are amazing. I love you guys, and have a great day.